Welcome to Cadigan Atrium Productions. Right now we're going to be looking at Loyola 2 Productions' deep cut remake of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, the opening scene. Let's go.
Yep. We're going scene by scene here. Opening scene.
Opening scene.
We have our main character Linus enter. Stage left.
Yeah.
Now then, as you can see, the extras in the background, there are seven visible extras and 2 main characters.
That's the main character. That's the 7th. I counted it wrong. Who cares?
Yeah. So if you notice, everyone is pretty normal right now. What we can see is strange is this character here. We don't know who he is. He could be anyone at this moment in time. And the sheer anger on this man's face as he approaches is palpable.
Palpable. That's important to know understand the emotions that will be portrayed in this scene. It's a very good film if you haven't seen it yet. Also, spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, spoilers.
Duh.
Ahead.
Duh. Okay. We continue as Mr. Electric spouts his famous lines.
Give me back my journal.
Okay. We've changed.
Yes.
We've added. We have confused.
Yep.
And then we also have confused.
And we have more confusion
More
and also a little bit of lust.
Yes.
Now then, if you look closely at Linus's face, he's appalled that he's being asked these questions. And Aiden has checked out of reality.
Yeah, he took his head off too.
Yep. Now then, these are some minor changes. If you weren't paying close attention, you probably wouldn't have noticed it.
Yeah,
even though Frank is wearing bright pink.
It's in depth. This is like the secret shit that they don't want you knowing about.
If you also notice, throughout the entire filming of the movie, the door changes from slightly open to more open to closed.
Okay.
Just watch for that.
Everyone in your suits. Mr. Electric, Linus took my journal. I did not. Linus.
Okay. A very important scene. First introduction of the real main character, Mr. Electric. As we see his desk, he has his dream journal out, which is the main focus of the story, is the dream journals. He also has a script, which is also very important, so he knows what he's going to say. We have the schedule, which highlights maybe sequels. We don't know. My prediction, honestly, I think Loyola 2 Productions is going to make sequels. I'm really looking forward to Math.
My personal favorite is going to be Jug Minus. I'm hopeful that it will star the spin-off series Minus and Linus and Rhinus. Anyways, continuing.
This scene is very important. The layout's all very consistent.
Also, here we begin to see why Mr. Lopez was nominated for an Emmy with his beautiful accent and talent. Continuing.
Lola Lopez.
I mean, Linus. You got a minus in your misconduct. Give Max back his journal. One more time, I'll have to change your name to Linus.
Pause. So that was the most powerful monologue I've ever heard in my life.
God, dude, Shakespeare is weeping in his grave.
Yes. Now, as we pause here, each character actually represents one of the 7 deadly sins. So, here we have Mr. Jepson in the background, angrily speaking into the phone. Yes, Jepson, can you tell us what was going through your mind while this was happening?
Well, actually, I was having a very vicious phone call on my Game Boy Advance. I was previously playing on in a different seat earlier in the film. It just reflects how much electronics have taken over our lives.
Yeah, so he represents wrath. In this scene, we have Aiden Green representing sloth. As you can tell, he has a sloth-like gesture on his face. That's because he's slow. Here we have Jed. Jed is representing lust. Look at the way he's looking at George. Just understand. George represents envy. He envies the knowledge of others. That's why he's reading an upside-down book. Seamus represents pride. He is full of pride in his dream journal, and the fact that it has been stolen upsets him immensely. Chris Reed is also full of lust. Similarly to Jed.
No, he's gluttony.
He's both. He is both looking directly at Jed, and he is also full of glutton. He goes, Jed.
He's spread out. If you can't see it by Max's, the main character's position.
Yeah.
Framing with. Also, something to point out that's very important is if you might have noticed, it's very complicated, but the extras seem to be jumping around.
Yeah.
It's very subtle, but it brings the question: is anything truly real?
Yeah.
And that's a real message.
Yeah. The other thing is, so Mr. O'Hare represents the final deadly sin, but we're not going to talk about it because it's not important. Moving on.
Did you also forget it?
No, not important. Moving on. And here we see...
No, I missed it. Go back.
All right. Shh, we'll cut this out of the video.
This is staying in.
All right. Look at this power. That is the look of a man who does not care what society thinks. Also, George suddenly becomes the avatar of lust. Look at those eyes.
Those feet. And then I guess see how he's gluttony because look at how spread out he is.
Yeah. Anyways,
Reed, that
moving
dirty
on. This
Did you
is
hear about the word on the street about Chris Reed?
yes, but we're not putting that in the video. This is a professional channel.
Oh, of course.
Pause. Here we can see the words "didn't." That represents how Linus didn't write in the dream journal. Moving on.
Where is it? Where is it?
Here we pause on a single frame. It's difficult to see if my acquaintance would fast forward 1 second. You can.
No, I missed it.
No, I think it reopens to it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. I missed
All right,
it.
so in that freeze frame, you'll have to go back and pause for yourself. You can see the words clearly. Myself, kill Jeffrey Epstein. Do you know what you get if you combine those words together? That's right.
There it is.
The truth
There
is
it
here. Mr. Epstein did not kill himself.
Of course, clear.
This is it. The truth has been revealed.
This is actually in the original movie too. They had a copy frame by frame as if you compare it to the original Shark Boy and Lava Girl. This is all exactly how it was made. We actually just took the screenplay and just put it together. It was very easy.
If you don't believe us, watch it for yourself. But that's right, you won't because you're too lazy. Keep going.
They ruined my dream journal!
That pure beta energy.
Max is, as they say in the business,
Beta.
bad. Moving on.
I did not!
All right, here we see what can only be described as a power move, as Chris Reed appears to be concentrating all of his energy into Jack's head. You can also notice that Aiden Green, I don't know what that phase would be described as, but it's not good.
Also, good Easter egg. Jack O'Hare cracked his phone when putting it down.
Yes. These are the behind-the-scenes things you wouldn't get from other channels like McElroy 7.
Mr. Electric, send me to the principal's office and have him expelled!
I just want to put out this
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
This boy.
Yeah. So they are pondering the existential dread of the universe. Moving on.
I think that's why this film, in my heart, after analyzing it so much and spending hours upon minutes on it, this is really about reality. None of these characters, they're all metaphorical things. Like, I have no idea.
You're in my class!
Pause.
The other way around.
So if you notice here, he's actually still reading the book upside down. All right, continuing.
Yes. Here's his dream. Here's Jed's dream journal.
Yep.
It's just themes.
I know everything, and you know nothing.
Just a quick behind the scenes. Mr. O'Hare had to go. His extra came in. I think it was pretty similar. Yeah, but
Fun fact about this movie, though, it was filmed in the order the scenes are appearing. So when Mr. O'Hare reappears in about 3 seconds, that is still Mr. O'Hare. We fired the extra. He wasn't doing a great job.
Yeah.
You could pretty clearly tell it wasn't Mr. O'Hare.
At the end of class, both of you report to the principal's office. With your parents!
All right, thank you. That has been our review of He Stole My Dream Journal. Next week we will be reviewing, and by next week I mean in the next 2 minutes, we will be reviewing the beautiful God work of masterpieces that is a straight up good time, also from Loyola 2 Productions.
Thank you for watching Walsh 1 Productions.
Amen.